Hey, what's up? What's up? Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. Vagabond Pat here. Right now, just doing a smoke cess just because this is the last day in the van. Because probably tomorrow the tow company will be here to pick it up and ship it to New York to my dad. My dad's taking it over. If you're just tuning in, you don't know that. If you're watching, you already know that. So you might have heard some of the stuff already, but if you want to keep watching, thanks, greatly appreciate it, Yeah, so this is the final van life recap. Been in the van over 2 years now. A couple times I've been out of it for a bit because breakdowns, stuff like that, because can't live in it when it's up on a lift in the garage. And around here, a lot of places like to take a lot of time to fix things. But anyway, let me go ahead and spark it up. Sunday, February 12th. Hopefully Monday, or no, March 12th. Sorry. Hopefully Monday, March 13th. The company will be here. They said by the latest Wednesday, though, in case something comes up. But I think they're still on schedule to be here tomorrow, hopefully. But got something sparked it up. I said, if you're just tuning in, I smoke a lot of weed on this channel. That's primarily what the channel is based off of. But I'm going to do another channel where I do mainly travel uploads, but I'll still do the travel uploads to this one too, so stay tuned for that. If you don't like the smoking or anything like that, don't want to see any of that, you could subscribe to the other channel eventually that I make, if you don't want to subscribe to this one, but you should do that also, But anyway, yeah, so, van life, man, it's been fun. It's been stressful at times, I love it. I'm not ending it because I hate it or anything like that. At times I hate this van, but that's just regular life, traveling a different way, about to get ready to do the bike ride cross country with me and my dog, so we will be doing that, so stay tuned for that. And that'll be interesting. By bike I mean bicycle. It's going to take a month, 2 months to get there to New York, going California to New York, so be very interesting. So I love the van. I love that you don't gotta pay all that money in rent. I don't need a lot of space, a lot of room. I kind of like to, I could go off and sleep in the desert for the weekend and stuff like that, which, if I was paying $1,500 for a month, $1,500 a month for an apartment, damn right I'd be sleeping there every night, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, if you like camping and stuff like that, you like traveling, you don't like being confined to one space, then it's perfect, I mean, my van isn't a high-tech conversion or anything like that. It's pretty basic, but it's got the bed, storage underneath the bed. I got a makeshift dresser right here, lighting, jack generator, solar panels. It's insulated, the walls are insulated and everything like that, so it's good like that, but just not technologically, it ain't got nothing too crazy. It ain't got no toilet or anything like that. Well, actually it does. I could show you a toilet. Right now it's got some stuff in it. Not that type of stuff, but this is the toilet I use, I haven't used this bag. I'm out by the clinic, so I could go in there and shit if I have to. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, if you're not by Walmart or anything, sometimes you got shit in the bag, But, as far as I think a lot of people do it, and you see a lot of people getting out of it now, but I think because they go to, campsites where you got to pay a lot of people and stuff like that. No, I didn't. Me personally, I didn't start the van life to go to campsites where you have to pay to stay. I like the BLM land, which is a Bureau of Land Management, public lands and stuff like that. I'm all about using that and taking advantage of that stuff because that's there. It's free. Sure, there's no amenities. There's no washer dryers there. There's no showers there or anything like that. Sometimes they might have a little hut building with a hole in the ground to shit in, but that's rare too to even find that. But all on the West Coast, there's BLM land, public lands, and stuff like that. So it's good to take advantage of that. It's not for nothing. Some of these people, I'm like, geez, you're paying more than you would for an apartment to live in a van. And I do it because it's cheaper and because I like it. I enjoy the freedom of it, even though the van, every time I want to leave California, tends to have problems. But that's a whole nother story. So, I have, with the purchase of the van, and all I have in it, mechanical wise, because I even did stuff that I didn't really have to. I just wanted to because I had the money at the time, so I figured better now than later down the road. So I changed some stuff, like did all the brakes all around, shocks and stuff like that too. Got all new tires, bought a spare for it because I didn't have that. Got a ladder rack for the side and stuff, spare tire rack, you know. So I bought little extra stuff, and everything's still probably anywhere from 15 to 20 grand I got into the van with the purchase of it. So that's really not that bad. I said for the 24 months I've been in the van, I would have spent more money in rent than that. And then say, if I didn't have the van, if I had another car, if it broke down, then you got to pay to fix it, yada yada. And my jobs, I don't get much money. You know, I'm not rich or anything like that. Far from it. So I'm renting an apartment, especially nowadays. As a single guy, it's even harder. You know, as a single, it's just single person, single guy, girl. You know, even if you're making 25 bucks an hour, it's still hard to survive on your own. You know, and I'm making nowhere near that. You know, I was making like 16 when my job closed. You know, so, and that's, you know, by myself, I wouldn't be able to do it. You know, and so, but fortunately, I really do enjoy the vagabond life, the nomad life, low-key living. You know, I don't need much. I'm always torn though, because I do like having materialistic things. I do like having nice comforts in life, of course, but I think that's just because that's bred into me. That's not my natural instinct. My natural instinct is just to be out there in the open and stuff. I feel a lot better like that. So even getting rid of the van, and I'll be living in a tent for a while. Eventually be getting something else to live in, because I will be coming back out to California for another job, working with some dogs. Might get some other jobs, talk to some other people. Might have some other work I can do too. So yeah, so we'll see if that all falls into place in September. But I won't be back in the van though. I might be getting a camper, because as much as I do like the van life, like I said, if the van does break down, and unfortunately I can't afford a hotel like that, because hotels, they don't do monthly rentals anymore. So it was like $1,500 for the Motel 6, which is a lot of money. It's crazy, you know. And then I had to pay to get the van fixed at the same time. And then you have other things on top of that. You have your phone bill, your insurance, stuff like that. You still have to buy food and stuff like that. And I didn't even make I didn't even make the rent in a month. You know, I was lucky to make that in a month. So of course but fortunately my job let me crash there in the back on a cot. So I didn't know what to do. You know, I was like, damn, man. And it took that the guy had the van for 3 months. It was under warranty. He voided the warranty and stuff like that. Was looking into taking him to court and stuff like that. The whole place closed down and they bounced out. So it was a nightmare, you know. I got, what was it, like $2,200 or something like that to rebuild the transmission. The 1-year warranty broke down in Joshua Tree. Wouldn't cover it under warranty out there. He had a tow truck company, but he wouldn't tow it back for me, even though it was still under warranty. Then had to pay $750 to get it towed back. He had it for 3 months, saying it was getting rebuilt. Oh, this person can't rebuild it, now someone else is. Then he was like, oh, you need to come get the van. I said, okay, it's done. Oh, no one can rebuild it. You have to come get it, but it's not driving properly. So what do you mean? Yeah, big old nightmare. And I ran into another place out here that was a nightmare also. Another place that I had rebuilt it closed, and the transmission was having issues after that. And I said, Jesus Christ, what is it with this place out here in California, man? It's crazy mechanics. So that kind of deterred me from even wanting to own a vehicle in California anymore, unless I get something like payments under a warranty through like a dealer or something like that. So I might be looking into something like that, you know. I don't know, we'll see. But that was a big hassle with the van. That was a big stressor, because that guy had it for 3 months, did nothing, voided the warranty. And of course, like, I was in Joshua Tree when it broke down. No one wanted to tow me, even back out 2 hours away. They were like, we can't. No place could have got me in there for 2 weeks. No mechanics or anything. They were all booked up for 2 weeks, you know. And I was like, well, I was right outside Joshua Tree, like, what is it, 29 Palms? I think right outside, yeah, 29 Palms, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I was right there. And yeah, I was like, oh, it was a nightmare. And I finally found a place to do it. And fortunately, they actually did it pretty, like, the 750 was cheap. Places were like, we might do it, but it'll be over $1,500. We can't do it for a couple of days because it's 2 hours one way. You got 2 hours back. I said, oh my goodness. Absolutely a nightmare. But, so I had to get a hotel out there for a couple of days. Then I got a hotel out here for like 2.5 weeks, hoping the van would get done. Then he was like, oh, it's still not done. I was like, damn. I told my employer, I was like, listen, I gotta think of something, because I can't afford the hotel. Unfortunately, I don't get paid enough at the clinic. And then sometimes, like, if a doctor's out or something like that, then you're out of work for the day, and that does happen, unfortunately. But that's all part of the field, especially if you're not like a corporation, Being privately owned happens with all the clinics around here, so it's not just us. Because it's hard to get doctors out here. So doctors stuff happens. You can't get another doctor to come out. It's almost near impossible. So stuff like that does happen too. And, nothing against the owner. I'm not gonna say her name. I know she watches the videos, and I love you guys. Your whole family's awesome and stuff like that. So if you're watching, shout out. Thanks for all the help. Listen, from the bottom of my heart, hey, if I ever make it, I'm hooking you guys up. You know what I'm saying? I got you guys. I win the lottery or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? You guys up big time because you helped me out tremendously. If it weren't for all that help, honestly, I would not be out here. So that had I wouldn't be out here still. I wouldn't be in the van still. I would have just left the van, either rode a bike earlier or something like that. But yeah, so fortunately that made situations easier. But the issues with the van hindered my plans to travel every summer, because I planned on being in California in the winters, traveling in the summer. But due to not finding reliable mechanics out here or anything, it was a nightmare. So unfortunately, the van life wasn't all that glorious, but I do love just living in a van and being able to go out. I could at least go drive out to the desert on the weekends if I want to, and everything like that. Stay out there, not too far from my job or anything. There's all public lands, so that this is a good area to at least work, and you could still go out on the deserts when you're closed and stuff like that on the weekends and hang out and camp out and not have any worries. You could go every night into the desert if you want after work. Don't matter. So it's very nice still. That's why I'm coming back to this area to work for a little bit. Well, probably for like a couple years, but I will take you around in the desert and stuff like that, do smoke sessions like that. Said I don't know what my whole setup's gonna be, yada yada. We'll figure that out down the road. But said even just some things with the van life, like with the solar panels out here. I don't know about the batteries because I never had it. I do have the deep cycle battery, never hooked it up to that yet. It was probably hooked up to that, but I just used the portable Jackery generators because they're nice, easy, portable, I thought. But they have a lot of issues, and I'm going to do a full review on them because I feel like the hype around them is a lot bigger than it needs to be, or it was a lot bigger than it needs to be. I guess unless probably you spend $1,000 on it, But if you want to just run a light like I do, you can't really run fans off of it. The fans drain it quick, and it does get hot as shit out in the desert. No fans do anything in here. The roof fan, nothing works when it's 110. Even like in the 90s, the generator stops charging. Then you can't run fans. Your phone stops working when it's 100 degrees out and stuff like that because it's so hot in the van, even with the fans going. So yeah, you definitely need like a different type of generator setup, especially if you're going to be out in the desert where it's super hot. I was thinking about building a whole cooling system with 2 or 3 deep cycle batteries in there, getting like an AC system or anything. Or I was even thinking about doing the whole propane generator setup because I've seen that. So I was just starting to look into stuff like that. And then for heating, I got propane because the Jackery generators cannot run any type of heater off of it, not even a little portable one. I tried, don't run it. And I got the second one up, the what is this one here? The Explorer 300. So yeah, so don't work out. figure out a different way, I would say, because that's some issues I ran into, Fortunately, my job was like, hey, you can hang out in there, if you want. If it's too hot, ever too cold, go crash in there, because it is technically a hospital. They do have showers, do have emergency situations where people do have to sleep there and stuff like that. So it's actually kind of like zoned to do that, I guess, But anyway, it's not besides the point. It's besides the point, you know what I'm saying? Most mom and pop shops would usually let you, especially if you're a good employee, good worker and stuff like that, reliable and stuff like that. I never had a problem working with mom and pop shops with like helping me out, especially with like the vagabond type lifestyle, getting me extra work and stuff like that if something happens, So that's why I try not to work for corporations. Work for a deli. Car broke down, then I fell behind on rent or something. Hey Rob, you got $300 I could borrow? Yeah, no problem. Yeah, come up to the deli. I'll give you $300. Yeah, you could just take it out of checks. Nah, just come up and power wash for 2 hours for me. Power wash sidewalks in the building for me. Better. Okay, hey, cool deal, You'd call me one night, like 6 o'clock, cooling off, 6 to 8 o'clock, power wash, You don't owe me anything anymore. You sure? Yeah, Yeah, so that's always like nice, so pretty fortunate for that. And that definitely helps with traveling lifestyle, So fortunate able to ride back to New York. But yeah, that would be my main thing about having a van if you don't have another place. That's why I'm going to switch the setup to, I think, a truck and a camper, because at least if the truck breaks down, I can find a place easier to keep the camper and stay there, and it'll still be cheaper than a hotel for the month or whatever, But I'm going to see when I come back. I might have a place to keep a camper already, so that would be amazing, But I find that some places, like I go near the Walmart near here, you get bothered a lot and stuff like that. Usually every day you're getting bothered by people. I'm in a place where I thought I would be bothered. I started staying in a place, if I stay in town around here, I was like, I'm not going to stay there, because no one ever stay there. People bother you. But knock on wood, you get bothered once in a blue moon, of course, but that's bound to happen. You have to expect that. But I mean, rarely happens out here. Occasionally it does. So yeah, that's really unexpected. So you gotta, like I said, some places like Walmart, there's all them truckers down there, depending on the areas you're in. If it's a big drug area like here, there's a lot of methamphetamine going around and stuff like that. So a lot of tweakers down there. So my van ain't no nice fancy Sprinter van either. It kind of looks a little rugged and stuff like that, dented, old, from the early 90s and stuff like that. So they might think I'm a tweaker in here, so they'd bother me and stuff like that. All types of crazy people bother you at 3 in the morning. It's wild, But once I start staying out here, it's surprising, And I used to here and there to go in when we had animals overnight. Instead of staying in there, I would just come out in the van, and just that way I was there. I could wake up every couple hours, because I'm usually up every couple hours anyway. Go pop in, make sure they're okay, So it works good for stuff like that, But that the freedom it gives it until it breaks down, But so now I'm making a monthly payment on it. Like I said, I feel a lot of people end up not liking the van life because of the price, because they're making a monthly payment on a Sprinter van. You gotta pay to convert it. You gotta pay for gas. You still gotta pay for food. You gotta pay. Some people get separate Wi-Fi from their mobile data, so you gotta pay for that. Then some people, they pay for camping spots too. It's hard to find a $25 a night camping spot for a van. It really is. They're gonna charge you $40, $50 a night, $60 a night. And then not every van has showers. And then some people I see across where I'm at here, where I work, in the hotel all the time. You see people all the time in their big Sprinter vans, they're converted and everything. And they go there to get their showers and stuff like that, but you're still paying $100, every couple of days, because you got to get a hotel to shower and stuff like that. You could get a gym membership, get a national gym membership that's all over the country, you know? That's much easier. You know, you could go to a truck stop every couple days. But people, they get in the van, not everyone's meant for the small space either. They need to stretch out, they need to do this, that, this, you know? So, yeah, so. It's not meant for everyone. Said, I might get something smaller soon. You know, I might be in a car for a little bit. But we'll see. I don't know. It's not 100% yet. So, but I said it's fun. I met a lot of cool people in the van and stuff like that. Went some places I never would have been and stuff like that, you know. Saved money still in the long run. So that's a good thing, you know. I don't have like a proper stove set up. I do have my little camping stove with a little propane tank with the screw on thing, and it comes out and you put the pot on it like that for backpacking. So cooked a lot of chunky soup and stuff like that. Ate a lot of Lola's and stuff like that, which Lola's is a Mexican place, so did a lot of that. But Lola's is actually really affordable. So therefore I still don't have to spend too much money on food living in the van. When I was working, I was mainly doing the intermittent fasting because I do get tired during the day if I do eat. So I wouldn't eat during the day, I'd only eat at night. So to go, Lola's, get a nice big chicken rice and bean burrito, huge, could knock someone out with it. Cost me like $11, you know, and then eat that. And sometimes I couldn't even finish it all. And then sometimes I go get some ice cream or something from Walmart or a gas station or something. So not too bad, you know. I watch some van life stuff and see the money people spend on it and stuff like that, and I'm like, Jesus! Like I saw someone do their month or their weekly expense, and it was like $600 for the week. I was like, lucky to make that in a week, you know. I can make $600 in a week, you know, but still on average, I was making $800 a week. I said, damn, you're spending 600. Oh no, I was making 800 every 2 weeks. Never mind. Yeah. So I was making less than that. I was making less than 600 every week, and they were spending like 650 or something every week on van life. I said, and that wasn't them staying at a campsite every night, getting a hotel like people do. I said, Jesus, because you put weight in the van, it is going to drink gas. My van does drink gas, unfortunately, but hey, it is what it is, you know. When gas prices were higher, it was bad. I don't know what gas prices are now because I don't drive much. Pay attention to it, and someone's coming to get the van, so I need to worry about that riding my bike. I just need to worry about gassing myself up. Eating some protein, baby, you know. But yeah, I got stuck out in the desert. Blew the radiator. Shit like that happens, you know. Not a desert boy, so I didn't know that the sand got really soft like that. Well, I kind of did, but I didn't think my van would get stuck like that. But I got it out, got it down to the road. Then I had to get it towed back. But yeah, you know, fun times, good times. Looking back on it, it's fun going out in the desert, walking around with the dogs and stuff like that. That's a joy of it, you know, especially public lands, BLM lands. Take advantage of it. Just clean up after yourself too. Don't leave all your trash out there and stuff like that, you know. So then, the desert sucks in the summer. If you don't have like the AC, like the roof AC system and stuff like that, it is miserable. Fans don't work, so keep that in mind. I was staying in my little Explorer for a little bit. Well, I just pretty much drove cross country for it. Then I went up to Oregon and stuff like that for like a week and a half or something. But I stayed in that. I didn't have any fans or anything like that, and it was nice and cool. This was summertime, beginning of COVID, the summer of COVID, you know? And, yeah, great time, man. It was nice and cool up there under the trees and stuff like that. I hear there are no trees to stay under, you know what I'm saying? So it gets brutally hot. But up in Oregon with that, with no fans, I was like, damn, it's nice and cool here, so I almost thought about going up there, but hey, that was nice traveling during the beginning of the pandemic, because and no one was out, you know. I was leaving New York, going cross country to California, get some work, you know. But then I finally got the unemployment. The unemployment didn't hit at first. So I was like, oh, cool deal. I was thinking about going back to New York. I didn't go to New York though, but or Oregon and stuff like that. You know, hung out. Then I ended up getting the job out here at the clinic. So I got bored, man. Sitting, I know that I was just like, it's boring sitting around. I stopped unemployment a little bit early, you know. I could have got it a little bit longer, but I mean, too boring out here, you know. Too hot and stuff like that, and did what I needed to do. Had some fun for a little bit. Had the van, got the van and stuff like that. Started working on that. Sold the Explorer, yada yada, you know. So, whew, man, good times. Right, so I might be making a appearance in here, but Vanlife, I definitely say if you've ever wanted to do it, it's definitely worth trying out, you know. Definitely can't hurt. You could always get rid of it. See, my van, I mean, out where I'm at, I would get next to nothing selling it. I mean, I had someone offer me like $1,000, $2,000, and I'm like, it's a fucking running vehicle with 135,000 miles on it. A lot of work done to it mechanically. Not alone being converted. I could just sell it for more than the $2,000 you're offering me. Anyway, all the people that want to buy it, they're like from LA and stuff like that, and they're like, hey, can you meet up somewhere or something like that? I don't want to come all the way to Barstow. Can you meet halfway? But I ain't got, if the person buys a van, I got no one to go with me or nothing. So that raises an issue there. You know, I do have offers for the van. I did, but they were all far away, you know. So that's just like everything out here. Everything I try to sell out here, all the people that want it are like down in LA and stuff. They want to meet up or want to know if you can ship it or something like that. You know, they'll PayPal me the money. But I'm like, oh, my PayPal's messed up, and you know, so it's crazy, you know. So like I wasn't thinking I was gonna get crazy money for it anyway, you know. I was trying to get much anyway. But I was like, even I had it listed for 4,000, you know. I was like, damn, man, you know. I got at least 15 into it, you know, so like, that's a pretty good deal, you know. Still a low miles, starts right up, drives and everything. Leaks some transmission fluid right now, that's the only issue, you know. But yeah, still like, man. Now the one guy from a church said, yeah, I'll buy it off you. I could be $900 for it, because I want to buy it and donate it to a family in need. I said, you're gonna buy it off me for $900, donate it, and write it off for more. You're gonna get more than the $900 back for that tax write-off, most likely. So I ain't giving it. I donate it to someone else. That's what it was almost coming down to, you know. And but my dad was like, yeah, I'll ship it out here. I'll take it. You know, he wants to give me some money for it. I don't really want his money, so we'll see. But they said if I go out there, they'll help me get a car or something. So that, I don't know, they might help me get a car. We'll see. If they want to help me do that, maybe I'll take that for the van, you know. But we shall see. Because I was almost thinking about trading the van anyway for a car, but something smaller, you know, to put around in. Like I want a little Honda CR-V for some reason, so I was almost thinking that. But I only got offered, like, I got offered a trade of like $2,000 in a teardrop trailer. I almost took that, man. This guy made a nice teardrop trailer, and he was willing to come here and stuff like that and drop the trailer off and everything. But I was like, oh, you know what though? I ain't got nothing to tow the trailer with. In trucks, you can't get a truck for $2,000 out here right now. Everyone wants $7,000 for a damn truck out here. It's got 300,000 miles on it, and it's falling the hell apart. Wild, you know. So didn't do that, you know. If I had something towed, maybe I got offered like bigger motorhome and stuff like that, you know. And I was thinking about that, talking to them, and then they're like, well, there is an issue with the starter, yada. And then they were like, well, we think it's a starter. It might not be a starter. It might be something. I said, no, I'm trying to get something. I gotta fucking figure out what the fuck's wrong with it, because you don't even know. Square trade. I know this is leaking some transmission pan fluid, or some transmission fluid from the pan gasket. That's it. You know, gotta fix that. Put a new gasket on. I already did. Everything I've done to this van, I've pretty much done twice. So I said if I have to do something twice to this van again, I'm pretty much done with it. So that was kind of the last straw anyway with the van for me, because mechanics suck out here usually. I did find a good mechanic though, but I wasn't able to get out to him on time and stuff like that due to work issues and stuff like that. So yeah, so therefore I had to go somewhere else, and I said, you know what, I gotta do a second time. I ain't gonna fucking do it. So therefore, but yeah, Vanlife, definitely fun, definitely love it. Might get another van one day. Might live in this van again one day in a couple years. Who knows what's gonna happen? I might be making some guest appearances in it though, because it will be in the family still. So, but anyway, thanks for joining me on the smoke session. Anyway, I smoked some cereal milk from Stizzy. Go check that out. The white label, $15 an eighth out the door. Definitely worth picking up. But anyway, you know the deal. Stay positive, spread the good vibes. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know you live in a van. Let me know you think about doing it, you know? Definitely worth trying it out. You got any questions? Try to cover everything kind of, but this is just kind of random. Vanlife smoke session. Done it kind of before, a recap of it, but fuck it, you know. Do what I want. Do what I want. You know? It's freedom. You know? But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Vagabond Pat. I'm out. Much love. Peace. Oh, stay tuned for later on. I'm going to upload a video, one final smoke session in the van too.